Hey guys, this is the bench press for chest hypertrophy. I'll show it to you, then I'll coach you through it. All right, so for this style of bench press, one of the things that we're looking to do is to keep our rib cage and pelvis in line. As opposed to a more powerlifting style where people really like arch and flare the ribs, what we want to do is we want to pull the rib cage down so the front part of the ribs is kind of facing the pelvis, and pull the pubic bone up so that the pubic bone is coming up towards the sternum. Okay, now I'm in a much more stacked position, all right? And then the other thing we want to think about is keeping the scapula depressed, so I'm not shrugging, but also inflating the rib cage with a big breath, so I'm really barrel shaped, all right? This is another thing that's different about the powerlifting style. In that powerlifting arch style, your back is really flat and there's no rounding of the posterior part of the rib cage, and the ribs are flared off. Here in this position, my bottom ribs are actually touching the bench, and I can feel the rounding of the rib cage. Ideally, that's going to put more tension on the pec muscles as we go deeper, all right? You can have feet up on the bench. Now, this does two things. One, it makes it inherently less stable, so it's going to be harder, right? But it does indeed help keeping that flare out of the front part of the body. So it helps keep us a little bit more stacked, all right? Our lumbar spine should be lightly touching the bench, not drilled down into it. Your grip width will be your normal style grip width. We unrack, okay? And then here, I take this time to really pull the scapula down towards the hips, okay? I'm gonna take a nice deep breath in. And I'm trying to expand the backside of the rib cage. I'm gonna slowly lower until I'm about 2 to 3 inches above the chest. This position is gonna put maximal length on the chest. Typically, when people go further, they're actually taking a stretch off the chest and putting it more on the anterior part of the shoulder. For pec or chest hypertrophy, we want to keep it on the chest. So I'm going to stop a little short, about 2 to 3 inches. Control that. And you may want to put a tempo here, a little pause. And then we push straight up. All right? Some of the biggest faults that happen when we do this is we go way too heavy and we'll start coming down here and then we'll flare up as we push up. All right? We don't want that. All right? We got to keep this stable. All right? And the other biggest mistake is that when people come down, they start to shrug their shoulders or retract their shoulders. All right? Keep them depressed towards the pelvis. All right? So the point is to keep the rib cage really expanded. Don't allow for any arch or flattening of the back part of the rib cage. We should be kind of barrel back and stop a little short so that we feel maximal stretch on the pecs. That is the chest hypertrophy focused bench press.